You know how the Bible says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing.
Right.
It does not say she who finds a man finds a good thing. So I feel like it's my job to do what I need to do, work hard, grind, and be a wife so I can be found. Not go find me a man and then be a girlfriend, then be a fiance, then be a wife. You need to be a wife when he finds you. And that means carrying yourself like someone who is a wife, if that makes sense.
Sure.
So I'm not gonna walk around with a ring on, but I'm gonna like carry myself away. A man who would want to be married would be like, that looks like somebody I can marry.
Get to the money and slide, get to the money and slide. Free all the bros inside, free all the bros inside. Play with the bros, you die, yeah. Get to the money and slide, free all the bros inside, play with the bros, you die, yeah. If you want smoke, come get it. You on my chain, come get it. Taking the money, run with it. New to this shit, I done did it. Get to the money and slide, get to the money and slide. Free all the bros inside, free all the bros inside. Play with the bros, you die, yeah.
All right, man. Y'all ready, bro?
Yeah.
Hey, man. It's the Got 15 podcast coming back, man. Volume 4. Part who knows, man. We're really chopping it up before the pod, man. So I'm really go ahead and do a quick intro here. We got a special guest to my left. Go ahead and shout yourself out, please.
It's Ty, Tattoo Player _ on Instagram and TikTok.
Make sure y'all go follow her. Not the first time. And like we were saying, like literally right before we started recording, we kind of had to do a little start real quick because we was talking about how. So she was telling us how, you know, when she's looking for a man, right? She wants somebody who can, you know, take care of stuff like that, like her car, right? When she was growing up, you know, she said her dad would take care of her car, make sure her, you know, car had an oil change, washed, clean, you know, things like that. And I feel like that's stuff that I've grown up like making sure that, at least in the back of my head, hey, I need to be mindful. Like, even if we're not like married to where I'm taking care of it fully, I just be mindful, hey, let me make sure that your tires not, you know, messed up. Or if you say you need an oil check, I can at least help you, you know, kind of schedule it or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
And so the kind of conversation I asked was, because I feel like when you talk about a male, you know, looking for the same thing, like in the inverse, in his mom, it's a red flag for a lot of men who say, oh, you know, I want you to take care of me how my mom did, you know, wash my clothes, fold my laundry, you know, just kind of support me in that way. I feel like that's looked at negatively. So I was asking you to see, why do you think that's a double standard, or if you think I'm kind of like blowing that out of proportion?
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. It depends on certain things. For one, like, I was raised with me in prison in my life. Both my parents present. So, like, I feel like people who had, like, single-parent households, no disrespect to the single parents, y'all did y'all big one. But for me personally, as a two-parent household, and in my case, 4, because I have step-parents that I am also close to, the example that they set in their marriages has changed my perspective. And also, I'm from the Deep South, so I'm very traditional in the way I look at relationships as well. My dad's, because my stepdad also, they set the image of what a man's supposed to look like and my standards for how I should be treated through how they treated my mom and treated me and my sisters.
Right.
And he like, don't settle for less than what you get type shit. Same thing for men. If your mom's a good traditional woman and y'all don't have an unhealthy attachment relationship, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you got a narcissistic mama and you're a mama's boy, that's absolutely a problem.
Absolutely. And I don't disagree with anything you said.
Yeah.
But I feel like even in your response, you're confirming that bias that I spoke about, because why is it that even initially your first thought is that, you know, it's some type of weird relationship that goes down with that?
It is. These boy moms are sometimes unhinged. Not all boy moms, but some of them have really weird attachments to their sons, and they cater to them and make them the man that they wish they had in their life. And this is not even just personal opinion. This is research that I am not too much of my bench, but like and personal experience. Like, they feel like nobody's good enough for my son, and like I feel like if I've met a mom and she's cool, she's a good Christian woman, a good wife. Like, I've seen her set the example. She's graceful. Of course, I want like a good. As a woman, I want a good relationship with my mother-in-law for whenever I'm married. Yeah. And I want to know that the person I'm marrying comes from a good family, comes from a good home. So if he says, like, I want somebody who reminds me of my mom, depending on who the mom is, that's not a problem.
Absolutely.
But if your mom's a problem, then that's a problem.
Sure. I mean, like, I think that's a fair response.
Okay, so I just want to know, like, what would be the difference in...
For, like, women?
No. What would be a difference in, like, a guy that is expecting something in his girl from his mom in a healthy way, and a guy that is a mama's boy and it's like, all right, this shit ain't it? Like, what's the how
respect.
can you tell?
Because, like, for instance, like, let's say, hypothetically, my daddy went shit. I'm gonna have lower standards and I'm gonna accept stuff that I shouldn't from men. Right. But like with a guy, if he has an unhealthy relationship with his mom, he's gonna allow his mom to meddle in their relationship in unhealthy ways, and he's gonna constantly compare you to his mom and y'all relationship. Like you know how you interact with different people based on the relationships you have with them.
Yeah.
Don't interact with me like I'm your mother. Like you're gonna almost look to me like you're asking me for permission for certain stuff instead of a partner.
Okay.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like it gets unhealthy. Like there's nothing wrong with a man loving his mom, especially that's a good thing. If you love your mom, you show respect for her, your sisters, other women. That's a good sign for a woman. Like, okay, he treats his mom with respect. Like that's a respectful man. But if he's kissing ass, if he's letting her walk over me, talk to me crazy.
Sure. I mean, like, but I think that's going into a different realm. Like I think, like
that's
I said,
extreme.
That's the extreme. Like I said, we didn't even consider a case like that when discussing. Because, like I said, I'm not saying I disagree. Like I think, I mean, as a man, like you should kind of just, because if it's in your house, you're gonna take care of it. Like I think that's kind of the point of it. Yeah, it's kind of like a trickle down effect. Like anything that's in my, under my scope of authority, like I'm gonna take care of. I just think it's so interesting that we have that kind of bias, like just off rip in our heads. Like let's say if you have that conversation with anybody, you can say that and you're looked at as, oh, she has her standards together, she's raised correctly, this, that, there. If you are a guy, your first thing is, yo, I want somebody that's that can take care of me the way my mom did. Like just the first line,
no,
even
before
they go, that's not looked at as healthy in the same way.
It only depends on if there's a healthy relationship with the mom. Though, like you as a man cannot want a traditional woman if you aren't a traditional man. So don't ask me to cook, clean, take care of your kids, cater to you if you aren't doing the traditional man stuff. If you're not providing, if you're not going stupid about me, if you're not taking care of things so I can exist as a woman and be feminine. So
what are things that a traditional man would do?
Okay, I don't want to talk to this someone because anytime I speak on this, be like, well, how you gonna tell a man how to be your man? Like I'm like, okay, I'm just telling my experience.
We open ears.
I think you can. I do agree with that.
Yeah,
because I've had that discussion. You can't tell me what you think a man is. However, you can tell me what you want to see, qualities that you want to see, traits that you want to see.
Yeah, what you expect
in your husband and the guy in the person, your partner that you want to see future with. I think that's absolutely fine.
I think that's one thing people don't realize. Like everything's about what you want. Like
yeah, like
I'm not finna want from my girl what Chan want or what you want.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not gonna see that as respectful. Like we may see certain things as respectful, certain things not disrespectful. So it's like,
and that's why I think we can ask people the same questions, like
and get different responses
because it is up to you, and that's why I think so. I always want to ask people, okay, what's your perspective on this, and then what is your reason or what kind of led you to think that, because you may have a perfectly reasonable perspective to say why you believe that. I may completely disagree with you,
but that's okay.
But like, right, and that's okay. Like, it's okay because that's what's gonna work. Could work with your relationship.
Yeah, there's different dynamics for sure.
Right.
Especially, and that's something that goes back to backgrounds, what you're used to, what's comfortable for you.
For clip purposes, I'm gonna re-ask the question. So, what would you expect a traditional man to do?
Based on me and my experiences, definitely. Like something that I look for a traditional man is like someone who is a man of faith. I'm a strong believer in if God ain't in your relationship, God gonna break y'all up. For sure.
I agree.
So that's something I look for. If you're not praying with me, not praying with me, then you're not for me type thing. But also someone who's gonna go to work. Yeah. Go to work. Get a job. Go to work. Like that's important because at the end of the day, I feel like this. Y'all get married, do y'all want kids?
Yeah.
As a woman, I feel like if I'm gonna, y'all seen that video on Twitter or that lady put, if I'm gonna do that, I need to be able to take off work and not my income not coming in and my lifestyle not change. Your job needs to be able to pay for our lifestyle. So if I stay home with our kids, we not penny pinching. My money need to be vacation money. My money needs to be investment money. Your money needs to take care of stuff in the house. That is my opinion.
I think that's fair.
Are you gonna go or is it my turn?
No, I have a follow-up question with that. What age do you expect him to be able to do that, to really take care of you and like really where you don't have to pay for anything? What age do you think that needs to start at?
I feel like that's a tricky question because mainly people have different fields. They make different amounts of money. And what people consider comfortable is different.
Correct.
My comfortable isn't somebody else's comfortable because from the home I come from, I'm comfortable with the level of spoiledness my parents.
Don't put an asterisk. Don't say so. What type? I mean, Because like I said, I mean, just say what you feel. I feel like
At what point or what age, like, do you think a
The
man
age you
you should be
ready to
able to
get
take care of? Okay, which is what?
And you're ready to have kids. If you're ready to get married and you're ready to have a kids and you're ready to settle down, you need to be financially ready to do so.
Let me ask you this then. So I got a couple questions to go with that, but just to follow up on that, let me ask you. Okay, so if that's the case, because I mean I do somewhat agree with that. You shouldn't get married if you're not financially kind of ready for it.
Weddings are expensive.
Not
Houses
even
are
that,
expensive.
man. You ain't even got
Weddings
into
don't
it.
have to be expensive.
It's the rest.
People choose to make weddings expensive. Let's make that distinction too. But so let me ask you this, right? Because you don't have to spend $30,000 on a wedding, like,
No.
but
That'd be nice.
But that's the average, like, but like I said, before I get to that,
Let's circle back.
yeah, circle back. So when you said that you have, your man needs to be kind of financially ready, right? So if you have a long-term boyfriend, right? In most women, you're gonna have some kind of timeline in your head as far as like we can't be sitting here all day. I mean, at the same time,
Yeah.
we're younger people, and I'm assuming you're not necessarily. If you're in a relationship, I don't know if you are or not. If you're dating somebody, you're not dating them just to kind of play around.
No.
Okay, she's not. But
Damn.
if you were to get into one,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, not necessarily just to play around, right? So, I mean, let's say 3-4 years, we're still in our 20s. Would you then be expecting him to be at that level, or would you take that into consideration when kind of
I think that's
with
something
expectations?
to take in consideration, mainly because I'm still in grad school.
Right. Right.
I'm still working. I haven't even fully got into my career. I'm not making the money that I'm going to be making.
Right.
And based on people that I've had like conversations with about this, like married people, most of them say like they wish they would have done things differently, and I don't take that lightly. Like I take their advice. I love listening to people who've had life experience.
Okay.
So I say no. Like I was just talking about this recently, so forgive me, but you know how the Bible says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing.
Right.
It does not say she who finds a man finds a good thing. So I feel like it's my job to do what I need to do, work hard, grind, and be a wife so I can be found. Not go find me a man and then be a girlfriend, then be a fiance, then be a wife. You need to be a wife when he finds you. And that means carrying yourself like someone who is a wife, if that makes sense.
Sure.
So I'm not gonna walk around with a ring on, but I'm gonna like carry myself the way a man who would want to be married was really like that looks like somebody I can marry.
I definitely understand that and appreciate that perspective. I think more women should carry that. 'Cause I think a lot of women who do say they want to get married long term,
They don't know.
women and men too. And I feel like I tell my homeboys too, like, bro, you can't say you want a long term relationship. You want, I really want a girl, bro. I really want to be committed, and then you really not moving in
like
the way
that.
to kind of facilitate that type of environment. Like it's just not going to happen. But my question to some of the things you were saying, right, is this is a question that I've had, in my own relationship and just with other women that I know. Because I think society is different to what we compared like traditional relationships with, right? Yeah. So would you consider yourself a traditional woman?
I think I am.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've been told like, especially I'm Southern as hell, like it's jealous
Run deep.
But like those are the type of women that I grew up around. Christian women, like
boiled peanuts.
not too much.
I fuck with them too.
But like, like cooking, keeping your house clean, carrying yourself in a very ladylike manner, being a good host to people coming into your home, things like that. Those values, those morals, those have been instilled in me through women before me. But when it comes to like modern day stuff, I ain't gonna say that my expectations are extremely high because of the fact that modern day is the way it is. But like, I definitely say I can be understanding. Like I can be open-minded to things. Like granted, I have been in a relationship recently. So like I'm not expecting him to move exactly like how a husband would because we're 20 something. Right. Like we ain't even in our careers type shit.
Right.
But it's the effort. Like the little things. Like if I'm in my apartment and something's wrong, fix it.
Right.
Like I'm just a girl.
Right. So no, it's fine. I mean now and like I said, I've been agreeing with everything that you said for the most part, but I always just kinda wanna, like I said, still kind of walk through what you're going through or what you're saying. So on top of you saying you're a traditional woman, right?
Yeah.
You already got your bachelor's degree.
Yeah.
You're working on your master's now.
Mm-hmm.
So I would assume that you would say you're career driven or kind of career orientated to a certain extent, right?
Absolutely.
So do you feel that being career oriented and being that driven or ambitious kind of creates a conflict between being a traditional woman? No.
It's a balance. And I say that because I grew up with a mother who was very work driven. And then when the pandemic hit, my stepdad was like, you don't have to work. Like, you don't have to go back. And she hasn't. and she managed both my whole life. Like she come home, but it was because working is what just like made her feel good. Like the drive, the need to like succeed in that way. But it also drove her to be a mother and like come home and like, you know, picking me up from like different practices and showing up for events. So things like that. And I feel like I like being busy. I don't like being bored.
Yeah.
But also like if I'm doing things to bring more income into our family, that's the more shit we can do. Like I said, I want my income to be vacation money, investment money, savings money, like rainy day money. Like my money is the money we tricking off with while your money's taking care of business. That's my opinion.
I got a question. So can you date a man that makes more money than you?
Get to the money and slide. Get to the money and slide.
Appreciate y'all popping out to the podcast, man. Make sure y'all leave a like. Go ahead and comment something. And hit that subscribe button if you haven't already so you don't miss any of our videos, bro.
And make sure you subscribe to our Patreon for exclusive behind-the-scenes videos posted weekly. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TikTok, and I already know we're on YouTube, man. Go check us out everywhere.
For sure.